house on fire. Not even an exaggeration. It was not an overreaction because that thing was huge and in my bed.
No. I was at my cousin's recently, and there was this little, I thought it was like a little worm or a centipede. What was it? It was a baby, like, little snake, and it was tiny, like a skinny, starved earthworm. And
ew, God, no. See, I can't do things that
dude, it was freaking me out. I go, what is that? And I go, what is this? This is a worm. And I said, don't move like a worm. She goes, because it's not. It's a snake. And I'm like, oh, my God. So, yeah, I was like, dude, it was in the house. And she goes, yeah, I've been finding them. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Ew, girl. Well, I'm glad I'm sleeping up on a high bed so they can't get up there. But, yeah, I don't do that very well. So, I was going to ask you, in Portland, Oregon, besides the Wellington area and stuff like that, it's kind of a Seattle-ish jaunt.
Mm-hmm.
Where in Portland do you guys go investigate? I mean, do you do privates or do you do big things or whatever you can?
We have done a couple of private investigations. There's always, I haven't been there yet, but there's the Shanghai tunnels, which are pretty popular. They do the tours in the tunnels. My personal favorite place we've ever investigated, any coast, anywhere, is Carson Hot Springs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
where's that at now?
The bridge. It's in the Carson Hot Springs there in Washington State, right across the bridge from Portland, so it's not too far of a drive. But that place.
Yeah, that was, I've done that one twice.
Wow.
The second time was with V, and that was definitely by far, it was her second investigation, and it was definitely by far, it was pretty intense. We had gone in, like I said, I had been there before, and it was active but fine, and we're actually the first group that had ever investigated there ever, still to this day. And the second time, it felt different. It was off. There was something there. It was heavier, and it was not welcoming, and it was not happy we were there. And so we had gotten there earlier. We were just doing a little filming around during the day, and strange things started to happen, like we'd be filming and do a little playback, and everything would be upside down, or it would be sideways, or we'd be
filming their jeans.
It was filming
the person with the camera, their jeans.
Except they weren't filming their jeans, they were filming us. The camera never was held down, and we went through, we set up, we had IR cameras set up on all 3 floors of the hotel, and we could tell it was going to be interesting. So we went in and we decided we were going to start on the 3rd floor, which was the family wing. And it's an old hotel, and it's built, they have these hot springs out there. Now, the hotel building that we investigated is no longer used as a hotel. The 2 top floors are condemned. They just use it as a check-in for the hot springs, and they've built hotel wings further out. But we started up on that 3rd floor, and Scoobs, our photographer, started shooting off some pictures, and her camera started...
Mind you, she refused. She refused to be last. There were 4 of us, so Danielle was in front. I was in front. Behind her. I was behind, so I was 2 behind Danielle, and I was right in front of Scoobs, and Scoobs was in front of me, and I was last. I was bringing up the rear, so... there were 2 cameras in the middle. There was a regular digital camera, and then Scoobs had her fancy camera, and it just wasn't doing anything. Like, it was, when a camera tries to focus in the dark and a flash goes off a whole bunch.
Yeah.
It was doing that. It was like trying to focus, but nothing, and then it died completely.
She got
we
one
haven't even been up there
picture
for
off, and it just kept flashing. And then the other person that was with us just took out the old point and shoot. She got 1 photo off. Camera's dead.
And I had the video camera, and the light we had at the time for our camera was separate from the actual camera. They charged differently, because you know how to charge everything before you investigate.
Yeah, it's an external light source.
Yeah,
right.
It had batteries. and the camera was, you plug it into the wall. So they had been charging all day, and new batteries, everything. They died at the exact same time right after the other two cameras had died. Like, oh, okay, that's weird.
So, and it's funny, so when we went back and we watched on the IR, we timed it. Everything in succession died in under 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So
that's what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah. We decided we're going to go down to the bottom floor. All we have is our EVP recorder. So that's what we're going to do. We go down to the bottom floor, whip out the ghost box, got the EVP recorders going, turn on the ghost box, and you hear your normal, typical static, as a ghost box is going to do, on messing with our equipment. And you hear a man's voice, clear as day, go, yep. And she says, why don't you want us to film you? And he says, because it's an abomination. And I looked up, and I didn't even need to say anything to Z. She's already grabbing equipment and putting it in her bra, in her pocket, and I was like,
we gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta
go.
Yep. We gotta go.
And the other two were like, what's an abomination? What's happening? We're like,
what's happening? I was
wrap it up.
Shut
it down. Shut it down. We have to go back to our room. We'll tell you when we get back there, because I knew if we had explained it right then in the moment, there would have been a tube-shaped hole in the hotel wall.
There would have been. There almost was. I mean, when she realized what was going on upstairs, even if everything died upstairs, she literally started running. It's pitch black. You had to grab her by the back of her shirt. But yeah, and it was interesting. So the second he said it's an abomination, I felt his anger, and it was kind of overwhelming, hot. And after I was like, we got to go.
Yep.
And
had that happen
back
before.
to our room. Yeah, we went back to our room.
Whew.
And they're like, what happened? We're like, look, here's the thing. There's certain key words just for me, and Z and I are on the same page. There's certain key words that maybe you don't necessarily know what you're dealing with. Abomination is it's an old word, and it can go as far back as, a century ago, and it can go way further. So you just, and you don't want to, we weren't going to, we just wanted to sort of regroup before we decided to go in, but they followed us to our room anyway.
Oh, God. So y'all were spraying and doing all kinds of stuff. You had the extra strength.
Yeah, we unloaded our
You can hear a woman. Z pulls the K2 meter out of her bra, and she sets it down on the table, and we're just starting to talk, and all of a sudden it's just shooting the red, and it's holding there.
Oh,
and
boy.
It's not moving. It's holding it red, just shaking there. And Scoobs is like, oh, my God. And we got an EVP in the bedroom of a woman that says, don't cry. Because Scoobs was getting a little weirded out. But
you can hear her, she's talking to whoever the other two gals were. They were like, as soon as you left, the K2 stopped. And as soon as you came back in, it turned back on. I was like, oh. So I asked if there was anything there that had been following me or was planning on following me home. And it said no, in a man's voice, very similar to the one we had heard in the actual hotel.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, and, the thing, too, is it's, number one, it's native land. Originally, it's, and the hot spring in the hotel itself.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome. Well, ladies, I just looked at my clock, and we're at the end of the show. We've had so much fun, we kind of didn't even keep track of that. I'm going to have you ladies actually back. And if y'all just hang tight with me, I need everybody to go to Hella Paranormal's page and give them a like. And I need you to look up Vixens of Horror and give them a like as well. And, again, thank you, ladies, for being on, and I want you to hold on so I can read off some announcements and thank my sponsors, if y'all don't mind.
Not at all. Thank you.
All right.
Selena.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. Okay, so July 18th in Louisville, Texas, there's a thing called the Supernatural Expo that's going to be happening. Check that out. All these listings will be on the Close to Death Facebook page. If you'll look, you can get information for tickets to all these events I'm fixing to list. The Hill House Manor by ASAP Entertainment LLC is going to happen August 28th and 29th.